I'm going to say a thing. Nigel, say a thing.
Thing.
And Eric?
A thing.
Are those all relatively the same looking?
Yeah, I think so.
Sick.
I think so.
Alrighty.
Beauty.
Yeah, we just listened to the theme song. Cut theme song right here.
How you doing, Mike AM? It's a good day for a podcast. He said, yeah, let's do it. I said, fuck yeah, okay, let's do it. And that's how it happened, and it's happening now.
And it's
You
the
have-
Michael AM radio, huh?
You have your very own theme song.
Yeah, Leo Dragto improvised it. Actually, two guests have improvised the two theme songs. So there's the one we usually use as an intro, which is Leo Dragto on an acoustic guitar, going, "How you doing, Michael AM? It's a good day for a podcast." And then the other one is a track that Eric and I did, and then Kelly Karoluk, a guitar player for Lost Symphony and some other things, just like improvised the most insane shred solo ever over it. Like he listened to it once, he sat there, he played like 3 notes to confirm it was in the key that he thought it was in, and then he's like, all right,
Yeah, he didn't even listen to the full thing. He listened to like 3 seconds. He's like, yeah.
Those riffs are janky too.
And yeah, it's super janky. Like they're not in. There's like a lot of like weird cuts. And,
Yeah,
like,
but he like did all these cool things and all the like weird off time spaces that are in there. Yes, pro.
I find that very entertaining because I feel like you have such a chill podcast. So for it to be just a shred fest and then it's just like maximum chill.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I do want 80% power Captain WildChild in here at some point.
We can make it happen.
All right, and Captain Wild Chill. If that cat's not out of the bag, if you're comfortable with that cat being out of the bag,
We'll not elaborate on it anymore.
we won't elaborate on it, but we don't need to cut it.
Yeah,
We can cut it if you want. Anything you say, if you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, you can
just cut all the letter E's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have a fun
Every
time
occurrence.
with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes. One time someone said like a lot, and I was like, I'm gonna cut these out
Just because
for
it's
them.
so annoying.
I was thinking this might be hard for the listener and maybe embarrassing for the guest.
Man,
so I cut out a few
you
minutes.
went like by like, or you took an arbitrary couple minutes and just removed it.
I listened. This was I think it was before we figured out how helpful it is to have you like checking off timestamps for things, and I would edit the podcast in real time. What the hell is that? Is that me? I've like never heard my phone before. It's always on Do Not Disturb, but I had it.
Surprise.
Had the ringer on just to make sure Nigel got here. Our guest today. Oh, wait. Well, I was in the middle.
You were
of
talking
answering.
about you used to edit the podcast in real time.
Yeah, I would. Well, it was like part of my ritual when we were very regular with it. I would go to the laundromat and just listen to the podcast and just kind of edit it for brevity and make sure everything made sense and there's not too much dead space. And at certain times, someone remembers something that like a topic they were talking about, and they're like, you know what? I was talking out my ass on that. Can you cut that? And I'm like, yeah, no problem.
I was thinking the same thing.
Which is funny because we have whole episodes.
Okay,
of
but
us
the
just
like
talking
thing.
out our
So the
asses.
like thing. So you removed like a couple minutes worth of likes.
like in the ballpark of 60 likes.
Wow.
And maybe 100+ likes and ums. I'm not gonna.
You should have just taken them and made like a supercut with it, where there's one that has none of the likes, and then one thing that's just all the likes.
That's the Patreon episode. I cut in more
Yeah.
likes. I take a few and splice them in. it's the
For only the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can get the like episode.
yeah. All of the worst versions. That's also a thing that it's hard to support your favorite content creators because all of their Patreon, all their subscription content is like the scraps. And you're just thinking, like, I'm a big fan. I want to support, but give me something that's better than what you're giving out for free. No?
Honestly, like, I would rather just... I would rather just pay someone and not get shitty stuff than just be disappointed.
Just donate,
Yeah.
but
I
you
hate
get
the-
nothing.
Yeah, literally just take my money.
A lot of
Don't
the
give me
attitude
anything
too,
back.
because it's all comedians, so like they don't care anyways. Just like innately, they don't give a fuck. So
Yeah.
like it's always like, oh hey guys, sorry the Patreon episode this week is late, but fuck you guys anyways. It's like, dude, I'm paying, whatever.
Right? Yeah. Give the scraps to YouTube and give me who's paying $4.99 a month. That's half a Netflix. That's
I've never paid for Netflix, so I gotta pay my dues somehow.
that might be changing sometime. Are you
That-
worried
they
about
always
the
say
rumblings?
that.
They've been saying it
always
for a
say
while.
that, yeah,
That
they just want to instill the fear.
you won't do
You just
it.
get it. You get it through somebody, or
Oh, this is my sister.
oh,
I
okay,
just
nice,
use
dude.
hers.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. So that that's awesome. Just never pay for Netflix ever. That's great.
Our guest today
Who
is
am I?
Nigel Stewart, drummer, a session man, producer, even for
Sure.
working on it,
Yeah.
learning it. As am I, as are many us musicians. What the hell else are you gonna do to record your music? Get a professional to do it? That's crazy. Just figure it out off of YouTube videos.
Yeah, we're doing this. We can't afford that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you wanna make one album for $10,000, or do you want to spend $10,000 on gear that will let you make many shitty albums? I choose the latter.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Nigel plays in the band Captain WildChild. He's a graduate of the same jazz school that I went to, Mohawk College. What?
F-Wing, represent.
F-Wing. Is it still in the F-Wing?
I flunked out of the prep program in the F-Wing.
It's still definitely in the F-Wing. They're not giving that program any more money to move anywhere else.
No.
If it moves, it's because it's getting shafted more.
I think you're in good company of people who have flunked out of that program. I think there's as many sick musicians.
Giving up the prep program is a rite of passage.
Yeah. There's as many sick musicians who have flunked out or just quit that program as have graduated.
Straight up, like so many people put it like on a pedestal, but like you don't need to go to school for music to be sick.
Yeah.
Both my band members, none of them know any music theory, but we do what we do.
Your bass player, I saw you guys at Absinthe, and your bass player is like so sick, and you were like, this is the first band he's been in.
That was his first show with us.
That was
too.
his first show ever, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But now he's playing bass to the Dirty Nils. So
yeah.
would you look at that?
Well, that's well deserved.
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah.
We got really lucky with that one. Yeah.
Sick.
Did he? Has he been on like any of their albums yet, or is he like touring with them kind of thing?
Started touring. Now I don't know how much I can say because it's not my project, but like he is in the band.
Yeah, okay.
Which includes future or possible current recording projects.
That is smart of them. That is good for him and smart for them because honestly, like he's something else, man. He's a tone monster.
Oh yeah,
and pocket for days. And I don't know. Does he play other stuff, or is he just like a rock and roll guy?
Like other stuff, as in instruments, or
or styles, or
he kind of just does whatever he wants. Can I swear?
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
shit, yeah. He does whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh, okay.
To hammer it home. Yeah, no, he ooh, Dead Space. This is gonna get edited out.
The bar is very low.
Yeah. He just does whatever he wants, and he started with guitar. He plays a little bit of drums, but yeah, the first time he was ever doing bass was for us. He bought a bass for the band.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
That's all he does now, is just only plays bass.
no day job?
Just recently, I think he got something over at Cafe Bafico.
Oh, yeah, with you?
I'm not there anymore. I'm over at Collective Arts.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
I teach music lessons. I'm going to plug myself. I teach music lessons.
Do
but
it.
also, I
Learn drums from Nigel.
Yeah, I will teach you things. And then I'm at Collective Arts, slinging beer and just chilling. Yeah, so it's great for that summer slump. And also, there's so much free beer.
Nice.
Yeah, and everybody's pretty sick. I don't think there's a single person there that I work with that I don't like.
You know Jeff?
Jeff who?
Local? Bald head?
Oh, I've heard the name, but I don't know him. I work in the tap room. He's the production, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. Yeah, sure.
I've heard his name thrown around though.
Cool.
Yeah.
I play in a band with him.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's Absorb, right?
Yeah.
That's not Zero Fire?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not a mystery person. That's the fifth.
He's the fifth member
guy.
of Zero Fire.
We just figured it out too. That's awesome.
She knew so long before us. Yeah. It was Jeff all along. Oh. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. That's how they made the Powerpuff Girls. What ingredients do you use to make Captain WildChild?
I'm a big fan of smoked chipotle powder.
Yeah?
Yeah. You sprinkle a little bit of that with red pepper seasoning on everything.
Yeah.
That's my contribution. Maybe a little bit of cumin. I can't speak on behalf of the others.
You're chipotle and cumin.
Yeah, but there's undoubtedly some garlic and onion powder in there.
That sounds like a little personal jab at one of the boys. Is that, or I mean, who doesn't appreciate garlic and onion powder though?
Well, yeah, I mean it in only a good way. Because what are you doing if you're not like obviously, Kate? There's real garlic and real onion, but what are you doing if you're not using the real shit or the powders? It makes everything better. If you're listening to this and you're not using that, stop listening and go buy some right now.
Hot take. I'll sprinkle garlic powder on things that I already chopped garlic into. They're doing different things.
There you go. You don't have to use a lot. A little bit goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I used to. I kind of grown thinking about it, but I used to hate using garlic. And then I learned how to actually cook, and that nobody likes shitty food.
What were you doing with the garlic?
Yeah, what didn't you like about using garlic?
Oh, I
thought
don't
it was
know.
annoying to prep, or
I think I was just screwing it up, and then I learned how to tone it down with the temperature and not burn it, and I learned how to actually cook onions, and it's just
Oh, okay, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. It's a fine line though. You do want to sear it, in my opinion, but you got to get it like brown seared.
Yeah, but like
crusty black garlic.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, yeah. I mean, somebody wants that. There's some weirdo who's into anything you can think of.
yeah, they go to a restaurant. They're like, "You burn the garlic,
Crusty black garlic.
Yeah, be sure you just kill the garlic and then make it."
I always imagine a person like coming to a restaurant. Well, what's to stop a guy from asking for like the wackest thing and then like putting it on Instagram? Like, look what this place gave me.
Okay, like what would that look like to you? I want to hear this.
All right, give me like a meal.
I can give you a restaurant.
Give me a restaurant. All right.
Or
Like
no, like how would you how would you do this at an Italian restaurant? Like you're getting pasta.
So, again, pasta and meatballs, right?
Yeah.
So it's like give me a chicken Alfredo. Like don't cook the pasta. It's like sticks. Cook the shit. How much you didn't cook the pasta? Cook the chicken that much. So you get these Alfredo
double
sticks.
cooked chicken.
The chicken is like dry, char burned virtually inedible. And then like the extra sauce.
Oh, I was gonna say hold the sauce.
Extra sauce.
Yeah, so it's just this burnt chicken on dry noodles.
Yeah, but the sauce is fire. But then they're like, this is like that's what he said he wants. We have to give it to him. And then like they put it on Instagram like, look what I got from Luigi's. These guys don't know how to cook anything. What's stopping them?
I don't know. What's your opinion on restaurants that are like don't have it this way because it wasn't intended to have this way? I was down in LA a few years ago.
What do you mean by that?
So I went to this chain and it's called Sugarfish. And I don't know what part of LA I was in. I was just along for the Uber ride, but they told us, they're like, yeah, we're gonna give you certain dishes, and we're gonna tell you not to put any sauces on them because they're not meant to be had that way, and you don't dip them in your story. Don't put wasabi on them. I was like, okay. I was like, I wanted a good taste experience, so I mean, I abided and I had a great time. But like, what's your thoughts on that? Them being like, no. You can't do that.
So that's like a sushi place? It's like a sushi place? Yeah. So it's like, but they're like purists then? It's like no kind of like spicy mayos and all that kind of
Were they like
jazz.
California stoner dudes, or were they like Japanese studied sushi chefs? Were they like grizzled
Probably
Japanese
that
men?
one. I don't remember anything about the kitchen staff.
Oh, okay.
I was at the table. I was half in the bag. I was facing away from the kitchen.
How did you feel when they? So
You
you're already
remember that.
like
That's
a little
That's good.
boozing a little bit, and
Yeah.
so how did you feel when they told you how you're gonna enjoy your?
I was just kind of like, okay. I wasn't in any point to disagree, but I'm not looking to spend a lot of money and then fuck it up.
Like they fuck it up for you, like that.
Yeah.
That could have really used some of that aioli. Like,
Yeah. Hey man, listen. I don't care. Give me the California roll.
yeah.
Give me the imitation crab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep fry that shit. I fucking want it deep fried. Batter it and deep fry it and then just dunk it in mayo and throw it in my fucking face.
Why isn't there any goddamn Philadelphia in this?
Oh, that's not. If a guy tells me he's not putting the Philly cheese in a sushi roll, that's a check mark for me.
Yeah, it's
you,
kind
you
of.
don't like cream cheese in general?
I like cream cheese, but like,
Not in
what
the
the
sushi
fuck
roll?
is it ever doing in sushi? Unacceptable.
It's funny. It's one of those things where it seems like some kind of stoner college student thing to do, but it's like on most of the sushi places you're going around here, you're gonna find stuff like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like I just discovered.
I think they're just caving to like pressure. I don't think.
There's also like in Quebec they have this thing. It's like pizza with spaghetti on it, and apparently it's a huge thing over there.
I had, it was like a chain pizza place in London, England, and one of their like special pizzas, at the beginning of the cooking process, they crack an egg into the middle, and then it just like the cheese through bubbling with the egg, it kind of like the egg blends into the cheese across the whole pizza.
I mean, that sounds good though.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a pizza and they slop some fucking spaghetti on it. Pizza spaghetti.
Yeah, like at Fat Bastard Burrito, they put noodles in the burrito, but you know, if you're at Fat Bastard, you're probably wasted, so you're like, fuck yeah, chow mein in my burrito.
I've never been, but that sounds pretty crazy.
It's pretty good.
I remember before college when I was living back home, I ordered Pizza Hut one time. It was like the only time I've ever ordered Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
And you could get fries as a pizza topping. I got like a stuffed crust pizza with fries on top of it.
And?
I was drunk. I don't remember. What state do you think I was in if I ordered that? Come on. That's like half a bottle of whiskey by yourself watching like Adult Swim.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. You're just staring at Frylock. Like, that head of his is looking tasty, but I also want pizza. Pizza Hut's the only place that's open right now.
You're basically getting it right on the head.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut never says it's not meant to come with this. They're just like, yeah, throw fucking fries on it.
Ice cream, yeah.
This was on
whatever.
This was on the website. It's like they're giving.
Somebody had to put that in.
Yeah. This was done with intention. Yo, bring it back to like look at this shit they gave me. Why not just open a restaurant where everything is the wrong answer, where everything is fucked up, and there's nothing made the way it's supposed to be.
Do you make alterations for it? Do you like if someone's like, instead of the chicken burnt to a crisp on top of uncooked noodle sticks, can I have the noodles? Like, will you accommodate that, or are you going to be one of those like, this is the way type chefs?
Oh man, that's crazy. That's just
when you're starting a business,
so far,
you have to.
That's going so far. You see yourself become the monster again.
Who's the monster? The guy who says you can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't have
exactly.
That, yeah. Can I just have a regular spaghetti? You can't have that, sir. You must enjoy it the way the chef intended. But it looks kind of bad. Yeah, he doesn't like people. Does anyone ever come back here? No, we lose money on this venture. It's a passion project, like a spiteful passion project.
Unique visitors only. One time.
I dig it. What's it called? We can think of it later. These things take time.
I don't know, man. You said Luigi's earlier.
Luigi's is good.
Is Luigi's real?
I mean, absolutely, there are several Luigis out there.
Well, now we're ruining it for the rest of them.
Because
we're using Luigi's.
Luigi's, isn't that the place that sucks?
You know what's going to be on Block TO? Nobody's going to the other Luigi's.
Oh yeah, you get one of those like foodie reels to like go viral, and it's like this new place downtown. You get the robot voice reading it, fucks up all your food.
Yeah, it's like a milkshake that is just raw ground beef.
OMG, this milkshake gives you salmonella.
Tartar milkshake. It's fucking disgusting, dude. That's improper.
No, man, it's not improper. This way it's meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah. This is the way a milkshake is supposed to be. Some guy crying.
I'm so sorry that it went here.
This is us in our element, I think. I try.
This is what you learn to do in the F wing.
This is most of it.
Yeah.
There's that one, like 1 in 10 of your friends, and this rotates, is like in that super practice zone where they're like practicing 10 hours a day, and like the other 9 out of 10 F-wingers are just talking this kind of bullshit just outside the doors
and just causing mayhem.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys got up to, but there was a lot of shit that went down. Should I have been closer to this the whole time?
Probably, but it's we'll put some compression on it. He's going into stand-up mode
here we
now.
go. Freestyle.
Yeah, there.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what you guys got up to, but like there was some crazy shit that happened in with my year. There was like a whole piss bottle thing.
Because this is like this is like the old magic. Like did you have the drum portable? that was gone by the time.
Yeah,
like that was rightfully gone. All right, so imagine like all of the drummers in like a slightly off campus, like available 24/7. You can see how awful of an idea this is. There's like the most disgusting couch you've ever seen, and yeah, piss bottles because they're
I was gonna say, let's not gloss over the piss bottle thing because I'm very interested in it.
So I don't know what your guys' piss bottle thing was, but when I was in first year, I didn't want to go all the way to the bathroom. I didn't want to stop practicing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I got this big ass bottle of something. I'm just gonna pee in it, and I'll throw it in the garbage later. And then all the other drummers start doing it. All right, cool. And then all of a sudden,
I'm setting trends.
It's winter time, and then everybody's just throwing their fucking piss bottles out the back door, and they're just landing in the snow, and they're covered by the snow. So then all of a sudden, springtime comes, and all the snow melts. It's just a literal fucking sea of piss.
It turns out
contained only by
non-biodegradable piss
plastic.
bottles. All right, so let's do like a count the jelly beans type thing. Like if you were to just ballpark a number of piss bottles that were revealed at the beginning of that spring.
Honestly, let's go like 40 to 50.
40.
Wow, that's a fucking lot, man.
Like I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. And I was like, it's not an exaggeration.
So did like Mike Malone have to like give like the whole year, the whole like 3-year class a talking to and explain that
we didn't have Mike Malone.
The PP goes in the toilets.
Hey, look, I know you guys are drummers, but like this is pretty low even for you.
This is post-secondary. We should at least be.
Oh no, we didn't have Mike Malone.
No.
I never had the pleasure.
Oh,
of
he
being
retired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, honestly,
Who gave
probably
you guys the
for
PP
the
goes
best.
inside speech? The PP goes in the toilet speech.
Nobody got in shit. It was crazy. I think like
It was just one of those things where it was like so uncomfortable for the administration that they're like,
probably.
did one of the drummers clean it up? Or
I don't know, man. People were like setting fires and shit too, and like throwing stuff up on the roof. I think that it just came to the point where like security and the admin were just like, it's a jungle. We can't tame it. There's nothing we can do.
yeah,
We just have to wait for them to leave. That's what happened. Our year and the year behind us eventually graduated out,
yeah.
and it just chilled the fuck out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so it was like this 3 years, like the year behind us and the year ahead of us. We're just all in like crazy shit. There was a drummer that dropped out who was also, I have to say, speaking
Dope.
of dropouts that are fucking sick, this guy, Levi, is one of my favorite drummers ever. I watch him and I'm just like, oh my god, he's so good. But
Curtis?
yeah,
Yeah, that
you
guy's
do.
sick.
Yeah. Shout out to Levi and
He's playing with Chastity right now.
yeah,
right?
Chastity.
Very cool.
He someone built a shrine to him in his old room.
Really?
There's, like little candles and like pictures of him and shit.
I love that kind of energy.
Yeah. And I probably shouldn't say any more about stuff that's happened there though.
I think
There's definitely one or two things that have happened that I think are considered a felony. So we'll leave it at that.
yeah, I think after Nick Zyla's appearance, the FBI is keeping a.
Wait, was he F-wing as well?
Oh no, he's from Calgary. He's he moved to Hamilton already, a musical genius.
Oh,
we don't know where
Yeah.
he got it, but no, he was the last guest on the show.
Oh.
And I asked him like what's some of the crazier bar stories, and he delivered.
Oh, I should go back and listen to that.
Yeah,
'Cause I know they had Zylas, and I can only imagine.
you probably played some jazz there, right?
I played like one jazz gig there.
Cool.
I thought you were going to say one jazz.
I played one singular jazz.
One jazz.
Yeah.
One unit of jazz.
And a jazz unit can be like any length of time. It really transcends temporal reality, right? It can be like a note or like an 11-minute drum solo. Speaking of drum solos, one of my favorite Nigel memories is Captain WildChild at Club Absinthe, the old new location. You guys, your drummer and singer had like big bags of McDonald's value menu sandwiches and gave out hamburgers and junior chickens to like everyone in the crowd, and I think you also ate one during the drum solo.
No, dude, I was
or
too
were
busy.
fed one. You were too busy.
Oh,
drumming.
I may have
maybe
fed
you took a
one.
few
Yeah,
bites like after what's your bass player's name?
Sam.
After Sam finished his burger, I think he fed you a few bites because it looked like you were getting hungry in the middle of that. But that was a sick drum solo.
Thank you. Those were so gross because we got them before the show, so it was like 20 fucking burgers sitting in a bag.
2
just
p.m.
getting
load-in.
Everybody was like, it was so funny, but they were so gross. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll bring that one back. We have our release show for the album on the 27th.
Where at?
So we were gonna do it DIY at the spot we did a show in September.
Ooh.
And
But
well, it fell through because they're doing renovations there and they're not finishing fast enough. And there's also a tenant that lives upstairs. And for what we want to do, it's not going to work.
they're not into that, huh?
No.
Fine.
So, big shout out to Brody from the Casbah.
He's setting up.
Well, he reached out to me and was like, you want to do something like kind of DIY still? We have an alleyway. And I was like, yeah.
Oh,
So, we're doing it in the alleyway. The thin alley. We're not doing the big ass parking lot in the back, but the thin alleyway. So it's just going to be this tunnel of sound. It's going to be sick.
just blasting at that church across that street. Right? What were you saying?
I was just saying that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I want to see I just want to see people like crowd surfing down it and shit. That'd be so awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'll like it's like right across from like Vic Park and stuff, and like the main street. I think if your set's long enough, you'll attract some of the downtown
Finer clientele.
the finest clientele.
Yeah. I hope so. I want some weird shit to happen. I don't want bad shit to happen. I want weird shit to happen.
Absolutely. Life is too short for everything to be regular.
Imagine everything, and oh man, imagine there was never anything weird in life. That's like one of those totalitarian regime things, you know? That's just like fucked.
I think the more normal you make everything, the more weird, pretty normal things seem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that could only exist in like everything is normal always, because anything that deviates from the normal comparatively be so much bigger. You know, so if you're just like, if you're in like, let's say like COVID lockdown and you're just like grocery store, work on the computer, sleep, eat, and repeat, see no one. But then, you know, you hang out with 4 people, and that 4-person hang is like so exciting.
Yo,
So your whole life needs to be just that flat line.
Tell me about it. We all experienced that.
Yeah, the last episode was
that first 4-person hang was magical.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you see someone from like outside of your own household, you're like, what do I even say?
Yeah.
Although the term surviving as an answer to how are you doing, that got pretty grim. Where everyone
you
doing?
just stop
Surviving.
asking people how they're doing.
Yeah, because you're like,
It's like, I'm sorry I asked. I know exactly how you're doing.
I'm also just barely here.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's a memo.
So many video chats. So like things were so weird, so different. Oh man, remember those first few months, like March into April, May, June, and then eventually July, things started to open up a little bit more. But there was just like those 3 or 4 months where everybody was getting curbed.
Yeah.
And then there was nothing to do, so people were just like ordering weird shit online and just like being pretty inebriated a lot. I really lucky to live in this situation I did, because I live in a house with a front yard, a backyard, a jam space. We were up on my roof
I was going to say roof access,
yeah,
too.
Dude, roof.
That's
it was
sick.
sweet. So we had a little bit of a playground. I feel
That was that place near Mohawk, right?
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
It's a nice spot.
Yeah, I'm still there. The
yeah?
rent's good. I get a driveway. I'm in a bigger room than I was before, so it's and I can be loud as shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a rare find, because I think like especially drummers, like I like to plug in my bass and like feel bass frequencies in my body.
Yeah.
But like you can't do anything fun on the drums without making a preposterous amount of noise. Like you can like practice and get better and stuff, but you're not having fun.
No. Yeah, so like that is actually, you know, that room in the basement, that jam space?
Yeah.
So because of COVID, like restaurants and bars were closing left, right, and center. My buddy knew a contractor who was pulling a shit ton of foam out of a place, and he sold this giant batch of foam to him, and he insulated all his walls and his ceiling, and he had so much left over. It was crazy. I paid him like $100. I phoned up my whole jam space and my walkway down there. And there's a bunch in my room, because I was using it as like, I had a mixing setup at the time in there.
But that's like during that time, and thanks to that, you really started setting up like.
Oh yeah, because of Curb, I built a recording computer.
Nice.
Yeah, yo, you ever talk about the old Mac Pros, like the towers, the first cheese graters?
Oh yeah.
I got one of the 5.1s.
Really?
Yeah. I was geeking out hard on that. So that's my media computer that I use to record or do video editing and stuff.
What do you like about that guy?
It's upgradable.
Oh, okay.
You can't upgrade Mac stuff anymore.
Anymore.
Yeah. So it's like I put in like a 4K video card. I swapped out some stuff in the back, so now I actually can use like Thunderbolt 3.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used it yet, but I can. It's it's pretty sweet. That being said, those Mac Studios coming out look pretty cool, and like the new Mac Minis. Yeah.
I've definitely salivated over them in a YouTube video, but I can't think of this particular one yet.
Yeah, but
they're really selling me on that M chip. I don't know what it is, but I want it.
You know what, man? I have one of the new MacBook Airs, and it's like, oh, this thing is more powerful than my old MacBook Pro from like 5, 6. Oh no, like 8 years ago, I guess.
I mean, your phone might be.
Yeah, on that point, yeah. So
was the first Captain WildChild, like, I don't remember if you guys did like an EP first. I remember on Bandcamp. It was, how long ago did you start that project?
It was 2018.
2018.
Yeah, and then 2019 is when Sam joined.
Oh, okay.
And
it was a duo at first.
Yeah, it was just Chad and I.
Yeah.
We played a bunch of shows, and we tried out some bassists and things, and it just didn't really work out with the other ones.
Did you know the band was going to have a bass player, or were you open to staying a two-piece if you didn't find?
I think we knew we needed one.
Yeah.
It was like, we got to have that bottom end, but it's like,
you found it.
Yeah, we don't want to settle for something that or someone we don't want.
Yeah.
You know.
So the first just you and Chad release does Chad do recording stuff, or what's his story?
He's more so the songwriter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll happily take care of all the tech stuff and like help collaborate, but he's the main bread and butter songwriter. Yeah.
How'd you two meet?
Oh, we're from back home together. So we grew up in the same area.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm from Trenton. He's from Belleville. But in high school, we were in different bands, but we play shows together and stuff.
Oh,
and
cool.
then when I was 19, he and the dude named Ben had a band called Carpenters. And they were a duo, drums and guitar. And me and my buddy saw them play, and we geeked out. We were like, man, this is awesome, because everything was like metalcore and everybody sounded the same. So to hear something that was like more punk and indie kind of sounding, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And me and my buddy were hanging out one night at the same time Chad and Ben were hanging out, and we were literally talking about it, and we were about to message them and be like, hey, do you guys like want more members? And they messaged us
before you did.
Yeah, it was. I'm not even kidding. I'm not. There's no hyperbole to this. There's no exaggeration. That's how it happened.
Yeah.
And so we went over, we jammed. And that's really how I became friends with Chad. Yeah, because even though I had met him before, I didn't know him. So we played in a band before, and then I was up here for school.
So you. What age were you when you started that band?
19.
19, and then were you already like, I want to go all the way, see how far I can take this music thing, or what was, where did school come in? Because I feel like, I think on the surface to a lot of people, like the jazz performance education seems like a pretty far stretch from playing like greasy club punk rock shows, but in I think all of our mindsets, because we all did the same thing, we're like, we want to get as good as we can, study with people who have, really done some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, was that the mindset? How competitive were you as like a drummer?
I was definitely cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to get into it, but I was cocky, and I was knocked down a few levels, and I was also like humbled up.
When you got to Mohawk? Or?
Yeah, and over the years, I had Anthony McKelly all 3 years. He kicked my ass. So
did he see that in you? And like, do you think he like?
He's why I dropped out of prep.
Oh shit! I don't know if he ever saw that in me. He never specifically said it, but
you don't feel like your essence pissed him off on a.
Yeah, like I definitely. When I was cocky, it was very like I kept it inward, but those thoughts are still happening. But he made me feel dumb.
Really?
A lot. But
what was like the first major humbling moment in young Nigel's musical journey? Like, when were you like, oh, there's levels to this stuff, and I'm like way, way back here?
The first time I ever played at the Cat.
Do tell.
First year, had too much to drink, got up there, started playing, didn't know what the fuck was going on, and then eventually someone just starts playing the head, and it's like, then they like encourage the next drummer to come up. And then you wake up the next day, you're like, oh shit, man, I made an ass of myself. It all went up from there. It was good, but
because of that, was that like a little bit of like a Rocky moment, like Rocky Balboa, where you're like, oh, I gotta.
I've never seen Rocky.
Why?
I don't know. I never really gave a shit.
Huh.
There's a lot of things I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I might be one of the worst movie watchers on earth. I enjoy movies.
Yeah.
But I just can't sit still enough to watch them unless I'm like sick or if I'm like watching them with someone.
I kind of feel that.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Changing the topic to movies. What movie can you sit still through?
Jurassic Park.
Sick. The first one?
All the way.
All of them.
No, all the way. First one all the way.
Oh, first one all the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? When they re-released that in theaters, I was like, when I was a kid, I wanted to either be an archaeologist or a dinosaur, and I would just like watch Jurassic Park on repeat, right? And then when I saw it like in theaters in 3D when they like re-released it and like remastered it, it scared the hell out of me. I was like, how was I, like, as a 4-year-old, be like, I want to be a velociraptor. What's wrong with me?
Dude,
and I'm just like, they're going to get me.
That
Yeah, I
stuff
saw it at the drive-in when it came back out. Dude, fucking what an awesome movie. Like, straight up.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's so suspenseful. You're like, are they going to eat them?
Yo, the part with the velociraptors in the like
The kitchen thing?
oh the kitchen
Oh,
scene
that,
is
yeah.
spectacular, but
Yeah.
also like the power plant, or when she's going to turn on the power, and then like,
Oh, yeah.
the dude's arm comes through, and then it's like, oh, it's the raptor, and then, like the whole like, oh, a clever girl,
Yeah.
gets eaten by the raptor. That and also like in the Lost World, the not in the tall grass, like that scene.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care about number 3 though.
Practical effects just hit different. You know, it's the CGI. You can identify it, no matter how. And I won't say no matter how good it looks, but I feel like it takes a lot more to like make CGI feel real than, I don't know, somehow like the animatronic puppets. You're like, that's a dinosaur.
Yeah. True.
True. That's
Because it's like real material, right? So
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
the way that it reflects light just feels natural to like your eye or something.
yeah.
And like in order to do that on like computers and shit, like you would have to go into like an insane amount of like very deep detail to make sure like
And it is just attention to detail.
yeah.
Because like Lord of the Rings, like you look at the Balrog, and they painted that digitally out of candles. Like they took images of like video of candles and like made his whole body out of like the brushes candles, but like in video. It was crazy.
That I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's like a behind the scenes of like making the Balrog scene, and it's like so. They have like they're obviously doing it on computers, but they have so much less to work with. But they're just working so much
How does somebody come
harder.
up with like we should do this out of like 4,000 candle videos instead of just doing it?
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
like that's just creative direction, I guess, right?
I
Like,
guess it's brilliant. I mean, like it worked. I guess they're just like, what can look like real fire? And they're like, I know,
Fire.
fire. Yeah.
a bunch of little fires.
It's sad when you see TV and there's like a CGI explosion, and like it's supposed to be like a gag, you know, on a sitcom, but they just use CGI, so it's like you don't get that like oomph of like actually they blew something up on set and it legitimately scared the actors. It's
Yeah.
everyone like, and you know, you can imagine it behind the scenes and jump now. Everyone's kind of off time with it. Like a real explosion, everybody.
Yeah.
Like it's the shockwave that makes you jump. You can't get that kind of timing otherwise.
Yo, bring back real explosions.
Bring back real explosions. Yes. This is an important cause.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now-
not
now the
not
F-
in like
now the
populated
FBI is
places.
really watching.
Yeah, I am going to clarify. Not in populated places. Bring just safe explosions. We can do it.
Yeah.
We can make safe explosions. Put them in places that don't matter.
No government buildings. No U-Haul vans. None of that shit.
None of it. So now you're in music school. Did you dive head first or balls deep into jazz world, or were you like, I'm a jazz drummer now, I'm going to be the best jazz drummer, or were you still doing
like,
both?
I was genuinely like that for a little bit. And I was just eating it the fuck
Miles
up.
Teller Whiplash vibes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wanted to be.
You kind of
I think I hit my peak with it out of school, to be honest. But
I think that's where because you find yourself again.
yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, I had to do so much unlearning. Yeah.
In what way?
Like,
was it unlearning, or for me, I think there's like a rigidity that I learned to that I became. They made me aware of, like structures and forms and all of these rules, and like one thing that teachers that I had, like Mike Malone and Dave McMurdo, is that they were always reminding you that it's like music theory is just like the pirate code. It's just guidelines. There's no right or wrong if it sounds good. It is good, but here are the patterns that have been observed in the history of jazz songwriting and contemporary 20th century classical composition and stuff like that. So you become aware of that stuff and you're trying to do it, but it sounds like you're trying, right? And then you assimilate that over after a few years, you're kind of not having fun with it, but you know that you want to be able to play like these dope musicians who have all this more experience than you.
Yeah.
And they've already integrated this, right? So maybe it's not unlearning so much as integration, or were there specific things where you're like, this is actually bullshit? That one?
Yeah.
What was some bullshit that you picked up in music school?
Oh man, there's like nothing, like not one particular thing I can latch onto, but maybe it's not so much bullshit. I definitely think there's some, but
I've got two attitudes. If you're drawing a blank, but if you're on the verge of something,
I'm on the verge. It's like, shit, I lost it. Fuck.
Sorry.
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Dead space.
We're thinking about bullshit that you pick up in music school. It's not useful.
So I don't necessarily think maybe not so much as bullshit as in that's fucking stupid, but more so like bullshit as in like internal bullshit. So like thinking about too many of the things that don't matter.
Such as?
Like playing with... Oh, this is going to sound like some very Adrian stuff. Did you ever do Adrian's class?
No.
Okay. But like all sorts of voice inside your head, like ripping everything apart and like really being hard on yourself or the others around you. You know, a lot of that stuff. And like... Yeah, so I had to kind of unlearn that, or more so switch gears in my head about what was going on while I was playing music with people, instead of being like, oh, that part sucked, or like, oh, I don't like how that person did that thing. Just being like, just chilling out, but also not being scared to do the things that I want to do on the drums.
You felt like you were holding back because this voice that some of your teachers planted inside of your head
100%
told you that was incorrect.
Yeah, and it's not that it's their words, but you know, our minds twist all sorts of things, all sorts of ways.
Actually, speaking of twisting things all sorts of ways, we had. Did you have Bob for anything?
Shields?
Yeah.
Second year harmony.
A jazz harm?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
I didn't really understand what was going on.
There was I think third year jazz harmony class that Bob took over halfway through the year after Dave McMurdo passed, and there was this tune that I wrote that I'm like, this slaps. I was like really proud of it, and it like, it didn't get a bad mark at all. Like he gave me like an 85 or a 90 on it, but he wrote so much and in red pen. So already my brain's like, oh, this is bad, but it's just like what he had, or he's intentionally trying to inflict psychological harm. Who knows? Anyway, but like he wrote, so like a paragraph at the bottom, and then like a whole page of like bullet point like improvements that could be made.
And this is over like, how long's the form on this thing?
On the, I think it was like a 32 bar thing, maybe. Right?
So he's what he's writing is like longer than the song.
Then this exactly, right? So and me, I was just like, man, I fucked up. Like I thought this was so good, and it turns out it's not good for all of these reasons. And And then like some time passed, and I saw that paper kind of recently, and with 10 years of teaching under my belt, I look at that again and I'm like, yo, I wouldn't do this for a kid I don't give a shit about.
Yo, entirely.
Like he's probably spent half an hour like excitedly, and there's like exclamation points, like, and then you could do this, like going to the bridge.
Yeah.
And I just looked at this and was like, oh, he thinks I'm shit, and like didn't even read it.
Man, like that's too real. And also, like, I noticed that with my kids when I'm teaching too. And it's like, how do you teach them to break out of that cycle? You know, so many like, so to piggyback off that, like I 100% get that, because you're going in, you're stoked. I had a recording project in third year where it was like, I had put so much time and effort into this thing where we had to recreate a whole song of our choosing. And
what did you choose?
I did a Tam Pala song. You can keep on
Nice.
lying. I did all the parts except the guitar and the singing.
Cool.
Yeah, so I did the bass, the drums, all the synths, the extra shit. And it was really, really fun. But like, I was so stoked. And then, you know, you go in and you do. Everyone listens to everybody's projects. And I'm looking back, like what I did, that was my first time ever doing that. Like that was good, but I took the critique as like, you know, I took them with an ego. I took them with like, oh, like stabs at me. And it's like, no, dude, like learn from this shit.
This
like
is data that I'm going to use to become even more powerful than the already dope recording artist that I'm becoming.
Yeah, so
a beginner's mind, right?
Yeah. If anybody's listening to this,
it's so hard to do that though, because like when you play something or record something or do anything like artistic, you're inside your head, you're doing it with confidence, and if you don't, then you know you're fucking up. So if you do it with confidence and then somebody tells you that it's fucked up, your initial reaction is like, no, it was good. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is incorrect.
Yeah, you almost want to be like, "Fuck you, man."
Yeah, exactly. But they're
spent 36
right.
hours
But
on
your
this.
ego is just like, no, I know I did that confidently, so they're wrong.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know, which is ridiculous. But
Yeah.
we all kind of do that. I do that
as
for sure.
opposed to being like, you know, you slightly scoop the bass and you're like, wow, that really did carve out more room for the vocal.
So much more. Yo, drop that 250 a little bit sometimes, you know, that 1K. Pop
on
that
the vocal.
Yeah, no, on the other things to make room for the vocal.
Oh
Yeah. I like to drop. Maybe it's with Chad's voice, but sometimes between 1 and 2K.
Like on the average voice, 1K is like a problematic area.
Oh, that's where I usually carve a little bit out of there, and then I'll like pop 2K up on his voice.
2K, okay,
Yeah.
a little bit of sparkle.
Yeah.
Maybe grit is contained there. There's like that meme where people are like, guitarists will with a straight face tell you like the dongle knob upticks the whoozle-wazzles to make the sound more strongly. I'm sincerely saying right now that grit exists in the 2K range and sparkle exists in the 5K plus range.
Yes.
Did you seriously just turn up the sparkle when I told you to turn up the grit?
It's artistic choices, buddy.
Yeah, but then, you know, when they're asking the class for critique and they tell you should have turned up the sparkle instead of the grit, take that personally.
Yeah.
When in reality, you can just be like, noted. I'll try to, you learn to hear it from their perspective and then still decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
I think you still need that confidence that Eric was talking about, where, you know, to execute the thing and like believe in it, you know, you got to believe in it, but also you can take those other opinions and try to see what they're saying.
It's getting to that point where you can actually like hear it with their ears like theirs or something like that. It takes a lot. you know?
What do you mean? Like whose ears?
Well, let's say you have a classroom full of people. 80% of them have never used a DAW.
Right.
A few people have, and 1 or 2 people use the shit out of a DAW. You know?
Just have that one rock star who's like, I'm in my element.
Yeah, or he's a rock star, or he's just like, oh, he's the metal kid with
The
like
bedroom nerd.
yeah. He's got the axe effects, and he's like programming his metal drums and shit, and it sounds awesome. You know,
Yeah.
it's like there's always that one guy, and they're great. Make friends with that guy.
And quick, because he's not going to be there second year.
Yeah,
He's going on tour with Mega Slayer, and you're only going to see him on Instagram after
and
that.
Double Death.
Double death.
That's kind of a good name.
That is a good
Yeah,
name.
yo, whoever is listening to this, hop on that.
How about that's a band we start right now. It's got 2 drummers and a bass player.
Yeah.
Double Death. And it's just
It's basically just 2 duos.
yeah, you're
We're not a 4-piece. We're 2 duos.
2 of us hate the other 2. It causes a lot of awesome tension.
Yeah.
that tension's important. Like
Yeah.
how do you think the Police got so good?
Every single song is actually just 2 different songs happening at the same time.
Yeah. I'm into that. Polytonality it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they fight each other mid-song.
Like physically.
Yeah.
But it's written in the composition. Like you look at the sheet music and it's like drop sticks, fight.
Yeah. Sometimes there's just a note where it's like you're about to take a punch.
Yeah.
And you got to do it for the music.
You have to take the punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this song, you don't get to retaliate.
Yeah.
You just use it. You use that feeling.
I hate it when you write songs. I always get punched.
Every single one of them. How into did you get or want to get into like the jobbing musician thing? So I think you liked the idea of like, you know, playing jazz at a really high level in addition to like the punk rock stuff, but there's also like this huge market for musicians to play, you know, like these
corporate gigs and stuff.
wedding gigs, top 40 gigs. Yeah.
There was a point where I wanted it. And no shade or slight to anybody who's doing that. Like being able to play a huge repertoire of tunes and play them like good and make people enjoy them.
Yeah.
It takes a lot, but I'm very happy that's not what I'm doing because I just really like original music.
How much did you level up from the experience of pursuing that for as long as you did?
Oh man, a lot. Like you learn a lot of different songs, and when you learn tunes, if you're learning them, you're gonna absorb that, right? It's huge, right?
Learn like a fill you never had the chance to do before. Or
A fill,
whatever.
a feel, a structure.
Yeah.
Just like if you're following the music a certain way and you're so used to doing one thing, and then any kind of curveball that's thrown in the mix that you have to adapt to and make it sound good, you're going to learn from that experience.
Sometimes if you're like working with a band that's used to changing things up, or they have maybe like a revolving lineup of singers, right? Because they're used to working very regularly, and they have their like A call people and their B call people.
Yeah.
And it's like this song, this singer plays this as a ballad, or this singer plays the, wants this in this key. And they just, like,
I
throw
never
that
had to
on
deal
you.
with keys. It was great.
Yeah.
I don't need to tune my drums, baby.
Yeah. At all? Ever?
Well, tune them to sound good, but
Not too.
but they got no key center.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's all attack.
Yeah.
No sustained pitch. But we met on one of those.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that with Dave Pearson and that Andy Smith.
Yeah, that was a really funny gig because half the band was the guys who were in the band, and 2 of the guys were just meeting each other and the band. So it was like 50-50 people who like are in the group and not.
Yeah, and we had to do like 33 songs, I think.
Yeah, with like a couple days notice, and also like as the drums and bass, you know, if as a drummer, like you've got a bass player who's like in the band and knows the stuff, like, you know, you can follow along and vice versa.
Yeah.
Right. But like we were kind of like the heartbeat of a band that, you know, just like thrown into that.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I had a whole clipboard with notes for every single song. And I had the set list, I had them organized, and I would just like switch to the next one, and if it's one I couldn't follow along with, I would just like be looking at the sheet. Just
what did I have?
I don't know. But I also followed you. So apparently we did good.
Yeah, the people really liked it.
Yeah,
it was like kind of like standard bar band repertoire. So
yeah.
I think a lot of the tunes I was able to, and that's kind of like a ballsy move that you learn when and when not to do, where you're like, look at me, I'm the captain now, in a place where you're the sub. But like when you recognize that they need that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like, I'm gonna lay this down. And like you hear like someone in the band like drifting, or like, nah, here.
Yeah. Oh, eyes up here, Captain. Yeah, yeah. I was up here, cowboy. Yeah, ears up here.
Ears up
yeah.
here.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh shit! I forgot to mention. Congrats on the feature in Bilberad.
Dude, what a shit show! Oh my god, fucking Richard Smirk. All right, so
Dick Smirk.
Dick Smile. Man, we got played hard. So like we you know, we've been working with Oter, which is like a PR media campaign company thing. With our latest single release, also for the album release coming up. You know,
are you doing like the waterfall release of singles that turn into an album at the end, or just
we just had the one single, and we had Peace and Life and Monkey Business come out on cassette like last summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to be on the album too. And also, wait, what's today? Today's Tuesday?
The 9th.
Oh,
8,
yeah.
9.
We have, I imagine by the time that this is out, it will be past the 10th, and we will have a video from Monkey Business out. Video drops tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But, so we get this message from this guy, Richard Smirk, and he's like typing all weird and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy on? And then he's like, yeah, like if you guys are interested, I would like to write something about you. It does cost money, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, okay, let us get back to you. And we like look into it. Then it's got like pictures of his family and stuff that goes back to like 2019. And it's like, okay, like it's weird, but like it seems less like a scam. He's on the media list for the company we work with. Also, yeah, that was like a huge like, oh, okay, this seems legit as hell. So we conversed with him. We sent him our EPK and stuff, and we paid money. This dude's a fucking impersonator. This dude's doing his homework on just catfishing people as this dude.
Wow.
Because Richard Smirk is a real person, and he writes for Billboard.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Yeah, but this person sent us an invoice with like Billboard on it and shit. And they're putting in the work to scam you, and we got scammed. So like for like 200 Canadian basically. Because it was American, but
could be worse, but
it could
be better.
Could have been way worse. So like we also, the band money we make goes back into the band.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were paying a bunch out of pocket. It's like, okay, this sucks, but we're in the best position for this to screw us over. In reality, it could be way worse. So,
is there no like paper trail on the dude, or he's just
what do you mean?
Like, did you do like
Was that like an
like
e-transfer
a transfer or something like that? Or?
There was a PayPal thing.
Okay. There's no
Yeah.
way to get the money back or anything?
I don't know. This is today. So like I woke up, I sent an email, and then shit goes down. I'm at work by this point, and then I worked until 4. I get home, eat, chill for a half hour, and now I'm here. So I haven't had time to look into all that.
Right.
Oh, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to get that money back.
I would want it
Yo,
too. Yeah.
fuck this asshole.
Yeah, I hope you guys get him.
Yeah, and like someone else messaged me and was like, "Hey, yeah, this guy got me too." And someone else was like, "Yo, this dude almost got us," and it's like,
He's good, huh?
yeah, I think it's because we saw that there was an association with the company we're working with, but doesn't matter when a dude's an
He's
imposter.
Just, like, copying these logos and shit.
Yeah, straight up. So I have to say, it's like low key impressive, but also when it really went right before it went haywire, sent us a preview of this article, and it's so bad it's funny. Did you read it?
Shall we read it right now?
Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
want to read it or shall I?
I want someone else to read it. This is
to read it?
funnier. Yeah,
All right. Is it on yours or the band's?
it's on the bands. Here,
Right.
yeah. Make sure you really get the mistakes in there.
I will. Yeah, okay, I'll read it. I'll read what you wrote, Charlie. Vote me. I hot. All right. This is But did the logos he sent you say Bilbarad?
No.
Did you guys make that as a joke? Or?
I think Sam did that.
Okay.
Bill Blorad.
Bilbarad. All right, so this is his Billboard write-up of Captain WildChild, a new band coming out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, made of independent and talented rock artists that started music since 2018. Captain WildChild.
I want to express that after that 2018 is a fucking period. That's full stop. That is the thought.
Triple space.
Yeah.
Which does not occur again. That's not the format. Just like Captain WildChild caught the attention of Samuel Tomlinson, which inspired him in picking up interest in the band as a bassist. The music has display a diverse sound, high-end production, smooth vocal. Since this breakthrough, the artists released their first full-length LP, which was released on August 20, 2022. Oh, that's a good date.
Yeah, dude. Since this breakthrough, the artists released their first full-length LP. This was allegedly supposed to come out today. It is 11 days before.
He's a time traveler. I mean, it just hasn't gone through yet. You'll see it in Billboard on August 20th. Don't disparage this guy publicly. You're going to owe him an apology. Here's his more legitimate write-up. The album has full intensity and full grit. That grit is contained in the 2K
So
range,
much 2K.
while still being playful. The playfulness is in the 500 range, I think. Captain WildChild aims, comma, for no reason, to stand out and make a difference in the Canadian music and and in the international world.
I really wish he repeated music there. In the Canadian music and the international music. That was great.
Like, all right, so I'm going to try to read this like with the commas as like doing what they would. Captain WildChild aims to stand out and make a difference in the Canadian music and in the international world. They are at the point where it is safe to say that they are one of the fastest and most talented outfits coming out of the country in 2022.
That whole paragraph has no periods. Yo, this is like it's written so bad. Like, yo, scammer again. If you're listening to this, like,
respect a little bit, like the chef that tells you how to eat your French fries. You're just like, respect a little bit. I do want to see you suffer for this, but like, damn.
I can be impressed and still want
Vengeance.
the world to rain fire on someone.
Yeah.
Especially if you're preying on like independent bands that were just trying, man.
They don't have the expendable income. It's really not fair.
Don't. So, but yeah, I'm glad it's been so funny for everybody though. Like, yeah. So that's that.
You got any tips for young up and comers for avoiding the industry vultures?
Don't send people money. Don't send anybody money
Anyone?
ever for anything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
And for anything ever. Pirate everything you can.
Yes. Yeah, don't pay your engineers, don't pay your mixers. Just kidding. Fucking pay those guys. Pay those guys. But
how do you know they're not just scamming you?
Yeah.
How do you know the mastering guy isn't just running your stuff through Lander and upselling you by 5,000%?
Yo, honestly, if
your screen printing is going through Vistaprint for like for like $2 a t-shirt, and they're charging you like 10 each.
That's capitalism, friendo.
if I can give any actual advice to young up and comers, it would be if you've got friends in the music scene, if you have people, or not even friends, just people that you know, be like, reach out and be like, hey, you have more experience with this. This is something that's happening. Is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? What's your advice? What would you do in a situation like this? Like, don't be afraid to ask, because we got to help each other.
That's
right?
a pretty cool thing about like the DMs. It's always shocking, like who answers you. You're like, oh wow, I thought this person had way better shit to do.
Yeah, and like there was this. We played a house show in London, and there was this young girl who wanted to put on a show, and she was doing this thing, and I was like, hey, listen, like, if you try to book at this place, it's gonna be expensive. If you try booking at a place like this, you're gonna be saving money, and then other shit too. I can't remember what I said, and I think it worked out for them. And
did you
it's
see
like,
the event page or anything?
No, it's yet to happen. I think it's on the 17th somewhere. But and even with me, do you know? I can't remember their last name. It used to be Kev, now goes by Ev or Evelyn.
I think so.
Fraser?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think they were near I think maybe like first year when I was in third or something.
Yeah, they were doing Upright, I believe.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. It's just in passing, I had brought up some stuff about like how it was hard to book shows in other places, and well, yeah, I got so much good advice from them. So yeah, find if y'all are having trouble with things, find the people who have experience. And I was lucky in my case where I didn't have to, buy someone a beer or a coffee, but offer to buy them a beer or a coffee. You're gonna learn a lot.
That's a big expense, even for like life-changing advice.
Yeah.
You're just like,
yeah,
coffee though.
If you really want to get into some good millennial books, buy them some avocado toast. Yeah, but
there's a place that I won't mention, but they call their avocado toast the down payment, and it's the most obnoxious.
Is it a good place?
I like them a lot. Yeah. But like I am triggered by that. Yeah, they're making you feel like an asshole for buying their avocado toast, you know? They're like, yeah, I'm just gonna not own a house ever, please. Give me the toast.
Hey, I'm already staring the rest of my life in the face. Don't make me think about it anymore.
Yeah.
This is the only down payment I'll ever be able to afford.
Call it avocado toast, some
It's
arugula.
expiring in front of me.
Yeah.
It's turning brown.
Yeah.
Gotta eat this.
Can't even savor it. It's only good for the next 45 seconds.
I can't even afford this. It's going on credit.
This will ruin me. Oh, rough times when the down payments at the cafe that I won't mention, even though I like them,
You'll have to tell me after.
can make or break you.
Can you just tell?
It's Paisley Coffee House.
Oh, it's Paisley. Okay.
Yeah.
You should bleep it out. So
I won't.
That nobody knows. Just like it's beep.
I think they must know how obnoxious that is and respect if they do, but shame if they don't.
It's also so funny considering that everybody that goes there is probably a student.
Yeah, and like works there. Like everyone is like the butt of that joke.
You should bleep the second when he says, "Oh, it's," but don't do the one that you said.
They're good though. I like, and the avocado toast.
I'm gonna
fresh
go,
baked sourdough.
I'm gonna go full millennial here. Do they got gluten free?
I think they might.
Perfect, because that's what I need.
How bad are you celiac or
Not celiac, but I can't do bread. Like I can do light stuff like this, like Modelo or Corona.
Yeah.
Getting anything that's like more malty and more weedy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's a bad time up in my gut.
Gluten messes up people in so many different ways.
It's
I just
insane.
found out recently that there's like people who are like anaphylactic with gluten.
Oh shit!
Right? Like the place I'm working at is like they're entirely gluten free, and it's like if someone's like ordering a coffee and they have a scone from somewhere else, so we're like, we need you to leave because people. I mean, you can't do that anywhere. But it's a lot easier to tell people to get out with that because it's like people come here because they know that we're not going to have
The things that killed them.
The things that kill them here. Yeah,
this is a
exactly.
death-free from gluten zone.
Yeah, from gluten. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't guarantee it.
You
for
can
other
die
things.
in all sorts of other ways, but not from gluten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're gonna. Yeah,
Yeah, I just get I get a really upset tummy, and I smell kind of bad,
okay.
poop a little bit, but
that's rough.
Yeah,
I mean,
A lot
it's
of
rough
it.
not pooping.
yeah.
Just the right amount of pooping.
It's just not. It's not the right kind of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
There's different. You've been to the ER. You've been to the to the triage nurse. You've seen the scale, where it's goes from diarrhea to the perfect log to nuggets.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that poster. Have you, Eric?
I don't think so.
You haven't seen the shit poster either. Tell us about it.
Go
Go
to the no go to the ER. Go to the ER. You'll see it.
I'm trying not to, TBH.
Hurt yourself. Go to the triage. Look for the poopy poster.
I might.
you give yourself brain damage. And you're like, why am I here? I know there's a reason to be here, but I can't remember what it
Hey,
is.
this picture has doo-doo on it. Like you don't even remember it was what you were looking for.
I'm going to talk about this on the podcast.
That's so poetic. Speaking of poetry, we got to have Chad here. I want to, man, his lyric writing is something else, huh?
Sure, continue.
What have you? Are you privy to the process, or does he come in with whole songs?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah,
I never know the lyrics until they're being recorded.
that's classic drummer behavior.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think.
I
mean, you have to also sing, so you know lyrics sometimes.
Yeah, but yeah,
Just your own.
yeah. I'll write my own things for the growl
Without
parts
looking
that I
what-
do, and then I'll be like, "Hey, dude, can you send me your lyrics so that I just make sure that it doesn't make complete nonsense between them, and then if it does, I'll just adjust." But
Nice.
yeah,
when it came to the recording process, basically this album is the first stuff that we didn't do ourselves, including Monkey Business and Peace and Life from last summer.
Oh, okay.
Everything else was us. The early recordings,
You did?
me. I did the Killer Bees EP. I did Dry Run.
Killer Bees sounds really good.
Thank you. I'm proud of it. But I think Dry Run's my favorite.
Yeah.
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 At least like the way it came together. But so yeah, we'd be like recording. I'd be like, oh shit, that's what this is saying. I always thought it was this. And you're just thousands of miles away.
Oh, I woke up Charlie Sheen. I woke up as Charlie Sheen on Sunday.
Must have hurt my head because I woke up Charlie Sheen on Sunday. Yeah,
all this tiger blood and cocaine's got me going crazy.
Yeah.
What a line.
Well, we had something else there that was a little more unacceptable. So we actually
More unacceptable.
Yeah.
Whose call was that to change it?
It became a collective decision once we heard
What it sounded like?
Yeah, we're like, oh shit. This wasn't our intention, but this is how it's coming out. So it's like, yeah, so we had to change it. And then we put our brains together and
Came up with that line.
yeah.
That's a good line.
Yeah, and the rest of it was fine. Yeah.
And who made those bees in the video?
Oh, man, I should know that. I think it's in the credits for
Okay.
the video on YouTube. Y'all have to go and watch it and check.
Killer Bees, Captain WildChild.
Yeah,
Very entertaining video.
Yeah.
Song slaps.
Yeah, I wish I remember the name of the guy. He's one of Sam's friends. He's a local guy. And then our buddy, shout out Chris Plum at Chris Plum 3000 on Instagram. He did the rest of the video. So basically just not the bees. Not the bees. And he did a bunch of like photos and other video stuff for us. Good guy.
Your imagery is always top notch. Who do you guys
In
get
what
together?
sense?
Like, it's always so like the lizard eyes still, for instance.
Okay, yeah.
Like the single cover for that.
Mm-hmm. That was a Sam and Chad thing.
That was a Sam and
Yeah.
Chad thing. Do they collaborate the most on the visual stuff, or do you?
Visually, I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
I think other than I did the fantasy video, but it's the one with the green screen and all the video game footage and stuff.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, like
That's the song I was thinking of. But go on. Remind me about the thing I want to say about that.
yeah. Other than that, like they definitely do most of the visual stuff. Yeah.
That's
I-
everything's so captivating, and it.
Thank you, and from the rest of them, thank you.
Oh,
What were you gonna
anytime.
say about fantasy?
So, like, to me, in that song, the drum beat in the chorus is the biggest hook. And like, how do you feel about like who owns beats? Does anyone own a beat?
I think there's been enough legal work done that nobody can own a beat.
I mean, they're trying their best to undo that type of stuff, and I agree. But like, what's a beat where you're like, they should just have that? Can you think of
What like
Like
it's
if-
so good and they do it so well
that they own it? You know, like Coltrane changes. You know, it's like you
Okay.
can't copyright chords, but who are you telling me you're going to think of this chord progression?
I mean, yeah,
Parallel thinking giant steps.
there's like so many Bonham grooves that are just so good. Oh, dude, have you ever heard the song Led Zeppelin by Tame Impala? It was a B-side from Lonerism. Oh
I've
my god! There's this part where like throughout like over like maybe the first 2/3 of the song, it's this beats and stuff going on, but then it gets into this groove that just sits so perfectly with the bass and everything else, and y'all gotta listen to it. It's gonna make you go crazy.
Led
Just
Zeppelin.
put on the song Led Zeppelin
By Tame Impala.
By Tame Impala. It was a B-side from Lonerism.
Sick.
You can't find it on Spotify because when it was released, it only came on a 7-inch, which I have, being the fanboy I am, and the iTunes exclusive version. So that's the only two ways you would have had that at the time. They also play it live now because it rips. But
nice.
Yeah.
That's funny when a song is just like too good to be buried under like a bad release. You know, not bad release, but like, you know, they just kind of like, eh.
It's the B-side. It's the one that's not supposed to be as popular as it is, and then it's everybody's favorite.
Yeah, the fans
It's
claim
like a cult
it.
favorite, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, this is one of your biggest hits now.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, man, the way the groove goes, it just drops you into the grooviest mood, and it's one of those things that like it makes your hair stand on end and it feels good.
I wish we could play music on this thing. And
can you not?
So the rules are that we can because of like you're allowed to do it for like critique, but when you do it you automatically get like flagged and taken down, and then you have to make an appeal to people who don't exist.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, oh, just email this address that will not be checked by anyone ever, and every 6 months an intern will select all and delete all these emails. Like technically you're in the right, you're allowed to do it, but the bots just take it down and it'll never get put back up unless you got one of those platinum
email
YouTube.
Bill Borad and send him $50 and then you can put your podcast episode back on.
Send $50 to Dick Smile.
We're gonna have to make some kind of like shirt with that. There's gonna be I want to milk that somehow.
Well, Bilbo Rad is yours, right? Sam made that.
Sam made Bilbo Rad.
I think you can capitalize on this and make back your $200, and maybe you'll even catch Dick Smile and get your original $200 back.
Maybe. I would like to not get a cease and desist from the actual Billboard. I would like to have them write about us one day, but
not like that.
Not. You know what? No publicity is bad publicity, right? Is that how that works?
Yes, and that's true. Everything that is said about you is to your benefit if you're psychotic enough.
Yeah. We're not Kanye's yet. Just let our mental states deteriorate a little more.
But don't you wish you could experience that for a second? You know, like if there was like
there's so many things I wish I could experience for like a second though.
Just like Kanye consciousness. Like while he's in the studio.
Yo,
I'd like to feel like I'm that dope.
You ever play Cyberpunk 2077?
I have not.
Yeah.
Eric probably
I
has.
did until it got pulled off of the PlayStation Store, and then I.
Oh, you played it when it originally released?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. The next.
It was good. It was great then,
Yeah.
and I was pissed that they pulled it off because I was like really enjoying it.
I didn't play it until a year after it came out.
Okay, yeah.
And then I've just finished a full second playthrough of it with the next gen update. It's so good, but they have these things called brain dances in them, right? And basically, what you do is you put on this headset, and it's like you're going into like a memory dream. It's like a video,
Like your character is putting on the headset.
Yeah, and the idea of these in this world though, in the world of Cyberpunk, in Night City, you put, they call it a wreath, and think of it as you're watching a movie, but it's someone's recorded memory. So, pardon me, I'm burping. Excuse me. You experience everything the way they are. You're experiencing their thoughts, their terror, their joy, their arousement, their pain, you know? And honestly, like, it's so crazy to think about, but we'll probably be there someday somehow.
Hey, Elon's working on it.
Yeah, with Neuralink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
He's
upload full experiences into your head. Like just like I want to go on a week-long vacation. You just plug into the USB cord on your MacBook, and then like 4 minutes later you're like, wow, back to work.
Dude, I could use that. I have in the last maybe month had 2 or 3 days off, and 2 of them were spent recovering. One was post birthday, one was post wedding.
Oh,
Yeah. So I would love something like that. And there's so many ethical issues that come with that type of advancement, but thing is, it's gonna happen.
yeah, it's kind of inevitable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm not here to say whether it's right or wrong, but people are gonna keep advancing stuff.
You're just saying the truth that it's gonna, or even like those wearables, wearable like augmented vision,
Augmented reality.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you know, like Terminator glasses, or even like the contacts they had, or in the Black Mirror episode with the implants.
So the contacts, there's a company right now that's working on them. It's like they've got all these, basically they're working on contact lenses that can basically display images and work in an augmented reality way. And I think the biggest issue right now they were saying is like power supply. How do we keep something like that powered and keep it as a contact lens?
Well, Matrix style, human powered.
Yeah.
And then the AI develops a taste for human biofuel.
Human eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, but honestly, like thinking about it though, augmented reality is going to be so cool, especially bringing it to like the arts. I saw Flying Lotus 3D, the Danforth a few years ago. Okay. It must have been like 2019, I think. It wasn't long before the pandemic, and we got these 3D glasses. So there was like stuff projected on a screen or playing on a screen. And the way the image was, it was like the, like seeing a 3D movie. It was the same technology, right? It's those hilarious hipster-looking Wayfarer style glasses that have the polarizing stuff on them, and you know, you take them off, you're halfway back through the room, and this screen is at the back of the stage. And then you put the glasses on, and butterflies are in front of your face.
What?
Yeah. Like I was completely sober for that show, and it was crazy.
Like it made you feel like messed up. You're like, what is real?
Like it was cool. It was magical.
Did you like take off the glasses and people watch at times too? Because that must have been entertaining too, with people like trying to grab the butterflies or whatever.
I mean, honestly, I like to say that I saw people doing that, but
you were just immersed in it yourself. You were the guy.
Maybe
they were watching.
I definitely was like, I definitely did. Yeah. You just got to see what happens, right?
Like, what if I actually caught it?
Dude, that'd be even scarier.
I take it home?
Yeah, but like the thing with the augmented reality, like if we can have glasses or contacts that can sync into some kind of network and have crazy visuals where it looks like they're there.
You never need to remember a person's name.
Oh yeah, it's just gonna show up.
Like their Facebook profile will just show next to the thing. Yeah.
Yes. So many less awkward encounters.
You're riding a mountain bike and you just get a blue screen.
Oh my!
You're like, oh fuck!
You just start tumbling down a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a whole other thing, like glitches, security issues. But
someone hacks your vision.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's undoubtedly gonna be a thing. That's like, we're gonna have to figure out how to make that not happen.
Yeah, like because it's getting rolled out. It's 8:00. Do you need to get out of here?
I'm just gonna shoot them a text, and be like, "Hey, what's the plan?"
All right, cool.
But either way, I'm very excited to see what happens with it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool. I play a lot of chess, and sometimes I like compare things to chess, and then I'm like, if there's like going to be sentient AI, we're just playing like almost hilariously bad chess. You know, we're like giving away pieces, and it's like, and then like be in our eyeballs.
Yeah, yeah. just blind me, go bright white, and just ruin my vision.
Drill a jack into here so you can access my brain directly.
Yeah.
And then, and I remember being like a smartphone hater at first. I was like, oh man, everyone's just on their phones all the time.
Now
This
you
is
can't live
whack. You
without
won't
it.
catch me. And now I can't live without it. And like just seeing that, try as you will, eventually society moves on so far that you either have to like decide to be Tarzan or or just like get on the bandwagon and be like, whatever, plug me into the Matrix.
There's nearly no middle ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not really.
I feel like the one that I've been slacking on lately is I don't do TikTok. I won't do TikTok. But I don't need to do TikTok to be part of society. But virtual reality.
You won't do that?
No, I think that's the one that I'm like sort of sleeping on.
Like the headsets?
Yeah, just like so much stuff is going to keep continuing to go that way, that route,
I've played a few VR games, and it's weird. It's like there was this like one thing where you could like jump really high, and then it's like it's so strange. Like you look down at your feet, and there's nothing there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So
and haptic rigs they're still hella expensive, but they're becoming more accessible, more available, right? So soon we'll be able to be in the comfort of our own living rooms, bedrooms, studio apartments, running through these vast areas, right? In a totally different universe. And also, the way technology is going, it's just easier for all of our devices to process these.
Yeah.
Like
more and more.
Our phones can do all this stuff with like filters and the augmented reality style things. So not to say that's virtual reality, but like if phones can do that, if phones can recognize things from real time video and then place a fake thing in physical space.
There's like a drawing app in the Samsung video thing where you can just like draw stuff in the room.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like if our phones can do that, what can the really powerful things do?
And then 10 years down the line.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think with that, oh shit.
Have they started already?
They're setting up.
They're playing with their new drummer right now. Ah, shit. Sorry. Nigel Stewart, formerly of Captain WildChild, thank you for
it was a good run,
in.
but now I've been replaced. Augmented reality drummer.
Do you want to plug anything? Any releases? I know you said a few things, but at the end, if anyone doesn't want to rewind.
All right. So Nigel, Captain WildChild. I teach music lessons. Hit me up if you want to learn drums. If you have questions about band stuff, questions about booking shows, reach out and I can probably help you with that.
Do you do recording services or do you just record
I tried recording and mixing someone else's stuff and I just didn't care enough about it.
I feel that.
Yeah, I really like my own things, but I will gladly give some advice of what I can in terms of recording and mixing things. Captain WildChild album release show is going to be Saturday, August 27th. Doors open at 3, music starts at 4. Unconventional time, but it's going to be one of the best shows you'll see this summer.
Sick.
Casbah Alleyway. It's going to be Strawberry Cough. It's going to be Sun Junkies. It's going to be us. The lineup's sick.
We played with Sun Junkies
Yeah.
in Brantford, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are great.
Was that, oh, wait, it's not the 13th yet. When was that?
Oh, dude, long time ago.
Oh, a long time ago?
Yeah.
2018,
The before times.
Oh,
yeah.
2018. Dude,
Yeah.
that's a while ago.
Yeah.
You should hear them now.
They were little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are so good.
Good.
Yeah.
I if they're still doing it, they would be by now. Yeah.
Also,
and
like,
they were then.
Their lead singer looks a little like Harry Styles. So,
Yeah.
so
He's got that going for him.
Yeah. If that doesn't entice you enough, then I don't think anything's going to bring you out to the show.
Alrighty,
Yeah,
thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's
Nigel?
been fun. I don't usually enjoy talking to people this much.
Oh, well, that's an honor.
Yeah, this has been awesome.
Thank you, and we're looking forward to Captain Wild Chill and Captain Wild Child on the show in the future. best of luck on those things. Email the podcasts anything you want. I don't know. Tell us you like the show or that you don't like it, or
tell us how much you don't like. Tell us.
Yeah.
What's the
deal with that?
Yeah. And why would you switch?
Tell us, not us. Tell them all the horrible food ideas for Luigi's.
Yes,
true. If you're a real one, you listen the whole way through. You don't know what we're talking about.
If you are a chef and you're not good, but you're very assertive about how people eat the not good food you make, we want you for Luigi. The Michael AM Radio Show, brought to you by Luigi.
At gmail.com, right?
The Michael AM Radio Show at gmail.com.
Email us.
Yeah, see what happens.